Surviving infidelity. I file for divorce after my wife cheats. She tries to end herself. Long story short, I don't want this to end up being a freaking novel. Wife cheats with a friend of mine while I was out of town. I catch her by snooping through her phone after a gut feeling. I confront her and she lies, until I push her to the corner and admits everything when I show her the proof. She then has a borderline panic attack and cries, like I have never seen her cry before. She pleads and begs me not to leave her. I kick her out of my house and tell her I'm filing for divorce. She goes ahead to tell both her parents and mine, and convince them to talk to me to take her back. Over the next few days, family from both sides, friends try to convince me to take her back. Then when all of a sudden everything stopped, I get a call from my mom who tells me my wife tried to end herself. I went to visit her and she kept apologizing profusely. Almost everyone tried to blame me for her attempt to erase herself. It's been a week since everything went down. Here comes the thing that disturbs me. Our marriage has been good with normal ups and downs. We get along together, have the same goals and dreams, no kids, fantastic great careers and earn almost the same salary, and I still love her very much, but cheating has always been deal breaker for me and she knows it well. I know what it does to people. My wife is a good person, kind, caring, and everyone loves her, especially my mom who sees her as her own. Questions: should I at least give her a chance for reconciliation? Like I said, I still love her. 2. My wife had been one of the most honest people I have ever met, until the affair, that lasted for a month. How did all change during that time? 3. If I hadn't caught her, she would have continued, as the texts showed, that she didn't even have regrets. Why did she have a mental breakdown when I caught her? Now for the top advice. Yeah, you are right, and last point, if you had not caught her, her affair would have continued for who knows how long. She tried to harm herself to emotionally manipulate you, and guilt trip you, so you could forgive her. Clear-cut case of intensive emotional manipulation. Even getting family to pressure you. Just to let you know, if you continue this relationship, she now knows that she can keep going pound town, and anytime you don't like it, she can try to end herself and pressure family to convince you to forgive her. Vows are broken. Why would you like to pursue this? What I find disturbing in most of these is, what if she had gotten pregnant? Would they be saying the same thing then? And this is just one reason why I think he should stick to his guns. My wife is a good person, kind, caring, and everyone loves her. When you wrote that, you forgot to mention that she is a cheater. That she decided to no longer give an F about her husband or her kids. She didn't care if it would hurt you. All she cared about was herself. Did they always use a condom, or did she even care about your health? Go to a doctor and get tested for STDs ASAP. No, you shouldn't forgive her. Especially not so easy. If there are so many people that like her, then let them take her in and take care of her. That is no longer your job. Nothing of that is your fault. She decided to cheat on you. She decided to harm herself. That is all on her. You already said it, you know what cheating does to people. What she did there was no drunken one-night stand, it was a full-blown affair. She made a decision again and again. She planned to have sex with the other guy. It was planned. Think about that. She wanted to hurt you. Is that the woman you want to grow old with? You are worth so much more than to be treated that way. Don't make it to your problem that she wasn't able to see that. Good luck and stay strong. The attempt aside, she made her choices. She betrayed the trust. You need to do what's in your best interest, and she needs to get some help. Your parents and hers have no place trying to pressure you. She had a breakdown because she got caught, just like a kid. If it was me, I would carrying on with the divorce. If not, what's going to happen a couple months, a year or two down the road? She cheated for a reason after all. Funny how she wasn't suicidal before, during, or directly after betraying her husband. No guilt, no remorse, but boatloads of regret when she got caught. Plenty of men and women cheat once, are overwhelmed by disgust with themselves, and confess. She wasn't overwhelmed while eating the cake, just when she saw it walking out the door. Everyone pushing OP to reconcile with her are monsters. Now for the next story. I can't believe this is actually happening. Updated. Original story. I, 24 female, met my husband, 31 male, when I was 19. I pretty much instantly fell in love with him. I had just finally left a bad relationship that I had been in for 2 years, and he was so supportive of me. All our friends would tell us we had a perfect relationship, and I thought that as well. We got married a year and a half into our relationship. I knew he was someone I wanted to spend my entire life with. We had always talked about having a few kids, so we started trying to conceive almost immediately. It wasn't easy. I had 2 miscarriages before we finally conceived our daughter. We were so happy. He was incredibly helpful through my pregnancy, even told his job he was going to stop traveling when I hit the 3rd trimester so he could be nearby in case I went into labor early. Our daughter was born in April of this year. He is an amazing father. Because of the pandemic, he was home with us for longer than planned, but he was perfectly happy with that. He never complained about getting up in the middle of the night when I was too tired to move. We had our usually bickering over small things like leaving the lights on, cabinets open, etc. We have never had a full-blown argument in our relationship. I thought we always communicated well. A few weeks ago, he told me he would have to start traveling for work again. I knew it was going to happen at some point. I was sad, of course. But that's how it had been before the pandemic, so I was somewhat used to it. Though we had a daughter now, that was the only thing different. Whenever he left town before, we would FaceTime every night before I went to sleep. It didn't go like that this time around. There was nothing wrong before he left. He loves our little girl and seemed so upset to be leaving her for a week. Said he wanted photo updates constantly, which I did. He was supposed to be gone for a week from Sunday to Sunday. During that week, every time I tried to FaceTime him, it was denied. He would send me a text afterwards saying sorry and that he was just overloaded at work. Sunday comes around and he sends me a text saying that he'll have to stay a little bit longer. I tried calling him to ask why, and there was no answer once again. I just left it for a few hours. I thought he would try to call me back. Then, I get a Facebook message from a girl I went to high school with. She told me that while she was out with her fiancé, she saw my husband at the same restaurant. He was with another woman tucked away in one of the smaller private areas of the restaurant. When I saw her message, I sent him a text to ask how he was and also said, "What city are you in again?" He said, "I'm in blank for a few more days, but I'll be home soon." The city he told me is across the country. I don't know what to do. I have never been good with confrontation. I can't even understand at what point did our relationship get so bad that he had to start an affair. I love him with everything in me. I thought he felt the same. I can't even begin to comprehend how he could do this to not only me, but our daughter that he claimed to be his entire world. He said he's coming back tomorrow and I'm not sure what I'm even going to do. How did my life become this? Now for the top advice and comments. He needs a happy pecker. Slapping is a wake-up call. As hard as it will be, don't go emotional and confront. Keep your cool. Get hard evidence. If you can swing it, hire a private investigator to get you some money shots. Right now, your concern isn't his philandering, it is protecting your daughter and yourself. Get an attorney so you can get advice and be prepared. Confront him from a position of strength. He thinks he is clever. He is not. He is selfish, and worse, he is destroying the marriage, devastating you, and damaging the family. He may need his balls twisted, figuratively. Although, literally is up to you. He doesn't understand the meaning of alimony. It is the screwing you are getting for the screwing you got. Don't take any crap off of him. OP, don't confront him yet. You are in a relatively strong position. You know. He doesn't know that you know. Don't confront him until you have rock-solid proof. At the moment you've only got he says she says evidence. He will just skip around you. Investigate. Call his work as another person. Ask to speak to him. He will either be on leave, most likely, or will actually be going into work. If they say that they are going to put you through, make an excuse and say that you will call back. Then phone him on his mobile. Get him to say that he's in blank city. Then call the office back at him and tell him that you are leaving him. Go to your parents' house. Hire API if necessary. Find out exactly what he's been doing and who with. Make excuses. Don't have S with him. You could be picking up an STD. Start working out what your options are. OP. You don't deserve this and you don't need to put up with it. If you rug sweep this, he will cheat for life. Good luck. The dreaded double life. He's probably living a second life with this woman. All I can do is pray you get over his deceit and brokenness fast. Thank you. That's what I'm scared of most. I wanted our daughter to grow up in a loving household. I was a foster child most of my life. He knew this. He knew how much this would destroy me, and I think that's what hurts the most. I'm sorry, you don't deserve this. Please keep collecting evidence and don't believe his lies. Some people can be just so broken, and leave a path of pain behind them. Stay strong and don't go easy on him. He will cry, make promises and much more. Gather as much evidence as you can in case you need to confront him. Gathering evidences will also help you build a thicker skin for the talk. Be prepared for everything including manipulation, gaslighting and anger. Don't reward his cheating with more love, and protect yourself. Thank you for the warning. I have never been one to stand up for myself. He usually had to step in and fight my battles, so I'm scared about how this is going to play out. Think I'll have my best friend here when I get enough to confront him. I am so sorry you are going through this. To be blindsided like that when you think you are in a loving marriage, is trauma like no other. Surround yourself with your closest friends as you go through this. No matter what you decide, they will surprise you and massively help you. Trust me, I have been through something similar. Someone you can confide other than your significant other, would have you navigate the stream of feelings that are going to come your way. It will get better, that's what I tell myself too. Make a bit of time for yourself every day moving forward, and don't hold your feelings back. Big hugs. Spent the day with a close friend and I feel a little better. Thank you for your well wishes and advice. Now for the update. He came clean. It was worse than I thought. My husband finally came home from work this morning. I wasn't going to confront him today, but it felt so wrong for him to be acting perfectly normal, while it was eating me up inside. I had a friend come get our daughter, then broke down and asked him how long the affair had been going on. At first, he tried to act like he didn't know what I was talking about, but I lost any sense of composure and yelled at him that he knew what I was talking about and told him about how a friend had seen him out with her Sunday. I will never forget the look on his face. Immediately he said, it meant nothing, which just made me angrier. How could it mean nothing when he risked our family? Completely destroyed the trust I had in him. This is where it got worse. When I asked who she was, he told me that she works with the company, and I felt my stomach drop. He had been seeing her for a lot longer than I had thought. The affair wasn't new. It had been going on for months, almost a year. He admitted that he started seeing her while I was pregnant. While I was home alone sick, tired and terrified of another miscarriage, he was out with her. I could have caught a freaking STD while I was already having a high-risk pregnancy, and he knew that. I don't understand how I've been so blind this entire time. I left. With him screaming promises that he'll leave her. Of course. Like that really matters, when he never should have been with her in the first place. We had far from a dead bedroom, we barely had arguments. I don't understand what made him seek an affair. He acted like our daughter was his entire world, yet he did this to us. He broke our family. I'm at a friend's house with my daughter. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I can't see or hear him speak right now. I feel so much hurt and rage. I trusted and loved him with everything in me, and this is what I got in return? When I got that first Facebook message the other day letting me know, I was heartbroken. But I was hoping we could figure something out to give our daughter a life with both her parents always around. Now, I'm not sure I can do that. Now for closing comments. Both her parents will be around, because that's how co-parenting works. Still, you should be keeping a diary and screenshots of all interactions. Getting a good attorney can help you, hopefully, retain the upper hand for the sake of your daughter. By the way, good fathers are emotionally supportive to the mothers of their children, so he's not amazing. Thankfully, I have always kept a journal that I regularly write in. I will check that site out. Thank you. Hugs. Give yourself time to process this. Do go get tested for everything soon. I wish I had better advice. Just know you are unfortunately not alone. And that's it for this video, guys. If you have thoughts to share, leave a comment below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you like this content. Turn the notification on to get updated on my latest posts. I'll catch you in the next one. Good day, everyone.